Hey guys, Fee here. Today I'm going to be doing the Day the Sparky Was Lit bonus stage. It's lit, fam. So anyways, what you're going to need for this bonus stage is a little bit tricky because you're going to need a magic non-elemental damage dealer. Now the reason you need those things is because, first of all, the first boss is completely immune to elemental attacks, except for specific ones at specific times. And his defense is incredibly high, like way higher than his spirit. Like, it would take forever to deal damage with just like a physical damage dealer. So that's not really ideal. And then bosses 2 and 3 both have imbues that will make it so that you're either healing him every turn or you're just dealing no damage. Neither of those things are good. We don't like either of those things. So magic is the way to go. However, again, that elemental resistance stuff is going to make it kind of hard to deal actual elemental damage, and we don't have a lot of different magic damage dealers. So we're kind of left with two choices. We're left with Trance Terra, and we're left with High Seraph Ultima. Now, Ultima is like by far the better choice, like much stronger choice, but I don't have one. So I don't have one. I'm kind of stuck with Trance Terra. And Trance Terra's not bad, she's just really clunky, kind of awkward in terms of the current meta. Again, Ultima would have been a better choice, but you make do. Apart from that, you're going to need a provoking tank, and you're going to need a magical cover tank. Now, there's different kind of best and worst options here. I'm using Demon Rain. He's not an ideal option for this fight, again, because of those imbues in fights 2 and 3. But there are ways around this, so I'm going to do my best to make him work. I used him the first time. It wasn't too bad. The reason I want to use a counter tank despite the disadvantages is because there's a lot of advantages on part 1. Part 1, I need to summon Esper, and the easiest way to do that is through counters. It just is. Counters are very quick, very efficient. You have to waste a slot in the summoner. They're just good. So I'm going to be using them. Yeah, let's go into my actual loadouts. My setup, Demon Rain, nothing too special. Just 100% evasion, and a Goddess's Protection, which is going to prevent him from statuses. Discernment will work just as fine if you don't have a Tellith. And next, my Trance Terra. Again, nothing really special here, just get high magic. The bosses are all different enemy types, so there's not really a specific killer to work towards, just, again, do what you can, get high magic. My lid here is equipped with Shiva as her Esper, and that is so that she can deal ice damage. My Trance Terras can deal ice damage, but I prefer not wasting a turn on them doing that, so lid it is. Now, I just threw Pioneer's Glove on her for fun. She doesn't need anything like that. She does have a Thor's Hammer, and that's, again, to be dealing lightning damage, and so I don't have to waste time with my Trance Terras doing it. Apart from that, really nothing special. I got Limit Burst stuff on her. That's all she really needs to work. Here's my Lotus Mage Fina. You don't have to necessarily bring a healer. You could make do without if you threw a bunch of status resist on all your units and didn't want to dispel a guy. And you may not want to dispel a guy. It's only really useful if you're running counter tanks or physical damage for whatever crazy reason. But I have her here, and she's going to be useful for those things, healing, and setting up dispel guys. She doesn't need anything special. I like to throw Limit Burst stuff on her. She does have Behemoth, and that is important because that first guy that we need to kill with an Esper, we're going to want non-elemental Esper damage, and Behemoth's an easy way to do that. And finally, for my magic tank, I have Lilith. You do not need Lilith. Awakened Rain would actually be a really good option here too, because, again, he has that status kind of resist. He can protect the team from that. But I have Lilith here for, again, counters. Counters are great. I like counters. they're just gonna help speed things up a little bit in terms of those achievements. Now, I just threw on a bunch of elemental resist stuff on Lilith. You don't need that. You could make do with really high HP or really high spirit. Lilith is plenty strong enough to handle these kind of fights. So yeah, this is what I have on her, but a lot of the stuff I already had on her. You don't need STMRs. You can just kind of throw whatever you can to make a good magic tank on her, and she should be able to win. Then we have a acquaintance, Terra here. Not a friend, so I can't use her Esper, but that shouldn't really matter. This is my team, so let's go. So for this first bonus stage, I didn't get the Esper kill the first time, but these other two achievements are pretty easy to do. Just no green magic, which just don't bring Marie. That's really what you need to do there. To get that, it's pretty free. And then dealing fire, ice, and lightning damage to an enemy. Those will mostly be covered by Lid. Lilith and Demon Ring can also deal fire damage, so they can easily compensate for that. The Esper is going to be a little tricky, but again, I'm going to do my best for that. Anyways, let's go. The first thing this guy's going to do is imperil himself with lightning. That's what I meant by situational elemental damage being possible. But you know, it's really awkward, so we're just going to ignore that mechanic of his. We're going to hit him with chaos waves. My tank's just going to set up provoking and magical. Fina doesn't have to do anything. I'll set up divine veil. Then Lid is just going to defense and spirit break. You don't have to worry too much about damage. He doesn't deal very much, so. So here we've got some chaos waves going. Trance Terra is a bit behind the meta, so she doesn't deal as much as an Ultima probably would, but that's fine. So as you can see here, Demon Rain gonna try to get us some Esper Orbs. He managed one, that's fine, that's okay. Now, two of my units did get statused, so I won't deal with that. Fina easily deals with that, just gets rid of that poison. And now I gotta set up with my Trance Terras, gotta set up her clunky rotation. So we'll do that now. I mean, she used to be so good, but meta really caught up with her. Unfortunate, but I'm gonna ignite Demon Rain just so these two get a bit more damage every turn. With Lilith, I'm going to just set up some fire damage. Now, as you can see, it didn't actually deal any damage because of that imperil. But that doesn't really matter. We still get counted as dealing the damage. Lid's gonna Thor's Rage. That's gonna deal lightning damage. She's gonna prompt the Snatcher to switch his resistance. And, you know, deal some damage that Lilith just ignores. Demon Rain again coming in. Gonna try to get us some Esper Orbs. Unfortunately, it seems like no dice this time. We're fine though. We're fine with that. Lid and Fina, just gonna do their love bursts. Thank you voicing on those, by the way. Very nice. We're not gonna see Lids there, but we will see it in the future, don't you worry. Now again, just gonna set up her rotation. Demon Rain doesn't have to really do anything here. Have him using her fire just to regenerate some mana. I'm going to go again with Lilith and just use those kiss abilities. Just to show you, that time, see, it did deal damage because the Snatcher imperiled itself to fire. Now we're just going to Chaos Wave. So he resistance shifts again. He poisons us, he tries to confuse Rain, but Rain ignores him. And this time we do get another Esper Orb, so that's kind of nice. We're slowly getting there. Again, Fina just needs to get rid of that poison. My Terras keep doing what they're doing, this time with Awakened Chaos Waves. My tanks just set up again. And Lid can use that Blizzaga. Or Blizzard. It's not even a Ga, it's just Blizzard. But it doesn't matter, it's still ice damage. So again, he tries to hit us, we just ignore him. Demon Rain nets us another Esper Orb. Again, gonna ignite. We have Lilith just Sinister Dance, there's no reason not to. Fina's gonna set Manatopia up, just to heal more mana. Mechalo Custom Hammer with Lid. Get that new voice over Limit Burst. Again, my Trance Terra just go with the Chaos Waves. Slowly bringing them down. Again, Lilith's not impressed. He keeps trying to status us, but we just keep curing it, and it doesn't really affect us in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to use Super Analysis here, and I'm going to show you his stats. Snatcher's page, again, resists all elements, can't status it, not too surprising, pretty typical for bosses. So that's that. Just gonna deal some more damage with Lilith because I can. And slowly gonna will this Snatcher down. I want to whittle him down as much as possible just so I can get that Esper kill. Esper kills again are annoying. Not super easy. This time Lilith joins in the party with the counters. It's nice. Not mandatory, but nice. Again, just gonna set up my tanks. There's no reason to use Fina's Limit Burst, but there's no real reason not to either. So I'm just using Limit Bursts. The next round I cannot use Limit Bursts, so I might as well just get them out now. Have fun. Okay, so I'm in a pretty good position now, or at least I will be next turn to, or the turn after, I suppose, in order to kill this Snatcher. So I'm gonna want to set up for that. There's not too much to do though, just gonna get rid of poison. I'm gonna have Lid just use Super Invention just to heal up some more mana on my units. I have to go back to magical activating, but I'm going to just use full magical activation this time on the cooldown because this Snatcher will die with 4 times Chaos Waves. That will definitely kill it. I don't need to have any uncertainty on whether I manage that or not. Again, both my tanks kind of contribute a little bit to those Limit Burst crystals. So here I'm just going to be Chaos Chaining and killing this guy. And that means I'm going to want to use Mega Flare now. And again, just one more Mechabo Hammer for fun. I think Lid's burst one of the best of the CGs. It's fun. It's cute. I like it. Nothing my tanks really need to do here. They can just wait. And let's summon the Hamlet. Another reason to use Mega Flare is it's a very calm kind of window on when you can actually land the hit. It's pretty flexible, unlike Phoenix or like Shiva. Those are difficult. Don't like those. Or Alexander is a huge delay. And there we go, I got my Esper kill. That's nice. So on to the next fight. This fight, we're fighting an undead. Unfortunately, the raise trick does not work on this boss, as most bosses, not all, but most. We need to use no items, we need to use the limp bursts, and we need to defeat him with magic. This is going to be a long fight. Unfortunately, Trance Terra's clunkiness is not going to help, but we're also going to need to be dispelling my Demon Rain, because he's unfortunately going to get imbued, and he's going to be healing this guy up a lot if I don't deal with that. Still, let's go in. First thing the Curse Knight does is Napalm us, which imbues everyone with fire. And that was a little dangerous there. My Lotus Mage Fina came a little bit close to dying, and that would have sucked. That's never happened before, but doesn't really matter too much. Just going to Kiraja and Dispel got my team. Just gonna make sure I can do that. So I use the Dispelga trick. That's gonna unimbue everyone. Which means that, again, just gonna set up with my tanks, defending and magical covering. Should keep everyone from taking any damage. Then, again, just gonna first turn Chaos Chain, because I can. Lid can only reduce this guy's spirit, so that's all I'm gonna do. Just gonna use one Mind Absorb on him. And go with my unfortunately failing to chain Chaos Waves. Again, this fight's gonna be a bit slower than the last one. That's just the nature of it. He counters magical damage with that Ruin ability, but we can ignore it because Lilith will just tank that pretty nicely. Now Demon Rain is not healing this guy. He's gonna provide Limit Burst, which is unfortunately not going to be relevant in this part of the fight, but at least will be topped up for when it's actually going to be needed. Now I'm going to Kiraja and just put Rears on Lilith. She should never be in any kind of serious danger, but just in case, I don't really want her to die. I'm going to Unholy Kiss with Lilith just to boost her defense and spirit. Ignite with Demon Rain. Boost everyone's attack. Magical Activate here. And Lid can really do whatever. I like to Super Invent. Just restore everyone's mana. Last time I did this, I Super Invented so many times with Lid, I actually got her 3% ability. So that was kind of interesting. Kind of neat. I'd never seen it before. So it was interesting. Lid is interesting. I like her. Anyways, I'm going to set up Prime Heal, and that's just so that we have some constant HP regen going here. And I'm going to Life Siphon. Again, just to heal up my Lilith a little. Not really much else she needs to be doing at the moment. And Inner Fire to restore some of Demon Rain's mana every turn. And I'll slowly end up whittling him down with Chaos Waves. I wish I could use Mechabo Custom Hammer, I really do. But I can't. So it's just gonna be Super Inventions. again, he tries to hit Demon Rain. Demon Rain's gonna ignore that silliness. Again, just break his spirits so this goes a little faster. Set up with my tanks once more. And slowly whittle this guy down. This is definitely the slowest fight out of all of them. None of the others really compare to this. He's just slow to take down, and he can't really deal too much damage to you. I mean, he can hurt your magic tank a little, but it shouldn't be at any crippling point ever. So you're really just stuck with waiting. No, we don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. As much as I wish I could. I don't want to do that. I'll super analyze him here, just to show you guys. Again, can't be status. It says no elemental resistance to fire, but that's a lie. He absorbs fire. But I don't think he absorbs anything else. Maybe darkness, but I don't think so. I think it's just fire. So you're safe to attack him with any other element, but why would you? We'll slowly bring him down. It's a little unfortunate that most magic damage dealers are in the wind, fire, and darkness category. I mean, you do have flood chainers, but they're kind of rare. Freeze is incredibly rare. Quake is just not really something people think about. Until he napalms us again, which I don't believe he should do until 50%, we don't have to worry too much about this. We can just kind of take it easy. Make sure our tanks are always nice and set up. Keep restoring mana, and slowly whittling away with chaos waves. Next turn, though, I believe we will be napalmed. So that's not great, but it's not, you know, something that's impossible to deal with either. He will begin to napalm more and more, though, after that threshold, so that is something to consider. But for now, just keep doing what we're doing. Yeah, so he's gonna napalm us, and as you can see now, Demon Rain is imbued again, and he is unfortunately not in the greatest position there to actually be useful. So again, I'm gonna just Cure Raja and dispel our party. And set up with my tanks again. Not bad. And since I have to set up with my Trance Terras again, I might as well just full magical activate, so I get the 4 rounds of Chaos Wave damage. So yeah, Demon Rain gets to be useful again, rather than a hindrance. For anyone who hasn't noticed, you can actually tell what Lid gets on her super invent based on what color she glows. Just in case you didn't know that. I'm sure everyone did, but fortunately here we're going to get imbued every second turn now. Means the Dispel guy either has to come much more frequently or we have to accept Demon Rain, like healing this guy for massive damage. We don't like that. So I'm going to be imbue, kind of removing that whenever I can. Because as you can see, this is really not an ideal situation. This is not what you want to see. Man, if you're on an older phone, this must suck for you. I found the Dispel trick a little silly. Like, why not just make it so that you can target your own units without having to fuss about with it? It's a little stupid. Anyways, let's properly magical activate now. So yeah, as you can see, I actually hit Lid's rare ability again, so that's kind of funny. I'm not going to use it because it would serve no purpose, but it's funny. Just thought I'd show that off. Anyways, let's super invent again. Let's try to get all 4. Oh, that might be it. The blue. I believe the blue corresponds to full healing force. So that might be all 4 abilities. That's kind of neat. If I'm right. I may not be right. We'll see. Anyways, as you can see, Demon Rain, again, deciding not to heal, trying to make up for his past mistakes. Apart from that's really rinse and repeat. Not really much more to say here. We just have to slowly whittle them down. Yeah, that's fine. So we're slowly getting there. We're dealing 1 more damage. Again, unfortunately, we get napalmed. Which means Demon Rain is going to be healing him quite a bit. At least Lilith counters on those 2. But it doesn't really compare to Demon Rain's attempt at being efficient. He's gonna probably restore at least a few percent of this guy's HP. Okay, no, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. This time I'm gonna have them deal the damage before dispelling, and that's just because I used Rain's Demonic Surge cooldown. And this is going to dispel that buff, so might as well make use of it while it's still up. Again, set up with my tanks. Let's see, do I have all her abilities? There we go, I have every single lit ability, and unfortunately there's no need to use any of them. I could high output shield device, but no need, so yeah, but at least they're there. That's kind of something cool. Those attacks were super ineffective. Demon Range shrugs those off. Not important. So now we're ready to kill, and in order to get the magic kill, we're just gonna be silly, and we're just gonna use any magic we have at our disposal, all my other units, while Trance Terra's kill with those Chaos Waves. So we're just gonna do this, and one of those attacks should make it in time. So anyways, that's the Cursed Knight down. On to our last battle. Now the last battle is even less complicated. Really, there's a Heartburn, and he summons 2 other Heartburns. Let's just quickly. Now those Heartburns, they deal fire and dark damage. Not really much else to say about them. Once the summoned Heartburns go down, honestly the first one's really easy to kill. He's just gonna use kind of ultimate attacks that deal almost no damage. At that point, it's just gonna be a matter of whittling down his HP. So let's go in. We should easily be able to get all these achievements. They're nothing special. So as you see, the Heartburn summons 2 other Heartburns. He has a preemptive attack where he hurts us a bit, but nothing to really worry about. It does imbue Rain with